Hello and welcome back. My name is Jennifer Smith. Most days inside rehab don't really announce themselves. They don't start with anything dramatic. They start with chairs being pulled out, coffee poured, people finding the same seats they found yesterday. And before anything important is said, there's already a group forming. Today I want to spend some time with the role of group dynamics throughout the day. Not in a technical way, just how it actually feels to be inside it, hour after hour, with the same people in the same rooms. Group isn't just one scheduled block on the whiteboard. It follows people through the entire day, from breakfast conversations that trail off halfway through a sentence, to afternoon sessions where the room feels heavier than it did in the morning. What I've noticed is that people start reading the group long before they speak in it. They notice who's talking more than usual, who's quiet today, who looks like they didn't sleep. In the morning groups, there's often a stiffness. People are awake but not fully there yet. Someone might share something short and practical, just enough to get through the check-in. Others nod. Some stare at the floor. There's a sense of testing the water. And even when no one says it, the group feels different depending on who walks in late or who doesn't show up at all. As the day goes on, those dynamics shift. By late morning or early afternoon, people tend to relax into the room a bit more. Not always emotionally, but socially. You might hear a small laugh that wouldn't have happened earlier, or someone circling back to something they didn't finish saying. What's interesting is how much of that is unspoken. People learn quickly what's welcome in the group and what feels risky. They watch how others are responded to, whether someone gets interrupted, whether silence feels okay. I've seen groups where one person's honesty changes the tone for the rest of the day. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was plain. And suddenly the room feels steadier, safer maybe. I've also seen days where the group feels closed. No obvious reason, just a collective pulling back. And everyone adjusts to that, often without realizing they're doing it. Between formal groups, those dynamics don't disappear. They show up in hallways, at lunch tables, during smoke breaks or walks outside. People carry earlier moments with them. Someone might sit closer to someone they connected with earlier, or avoid eye contact with someone after a tense exchange. None of it is dramatic, but it's constant. From what I've seen, this is where a lot of the real work happens. Not in breakthroughs, but in repetition. In noticing that the same person interrupts every afternoon group, or that someone only speaks after someone else does first. Over time, the group becomes a mirror people didn't ask for. It reflects habits, defenses, ways of taking up space or disappearing from it. And that can be uncomfortable, sometimes quietly so. No one calls it out, it just sits there. What's important, I think, is that group dynamics aren't about getting it right. They're about being seen in small, ordinary ways, day after day. By the end of the day, groups often feel slower, tired. People speak less, but sometimes more honestly. There's less energy to perform, more room for silence. And even then, the group is still working, holding, responding, shaping how people understand themselves in relation to others. When I think about daily life inside rehab, this is what stands out to me. Not any single group, but the way they stack together. How people move through them. How the group changes, and how people change inside it, often without noticing right away. And then the chairs get pushed back in, the room empties, and tomorrow the group forms again.